Coach Ed got the insights, no boats. From the rookies in the youth leagues to the seasoned pros, ladies balling, fellas fighting all around the globe. Breaking it down dynamic, you know, tune in, listen up. Don't wanna miss the flow. It's Coach Ed's Read and Attack, the sports show. From the courts to the field, he's got the stats. Dropping knowledge is where the real fans at. So stand up, get ready for the play. Wave your arms in the air, let's hear you say. Coach Ed, our mentor on the mic. Breaking down the game, every highlight. Analyzing plays, court the turf's delight. Youth leagues, college dreams, pro spotlight. Tackling the flats, defense or attack. He's got the vision, shows you where it's at. We grab the scoop, no stone left unturned. In Coach Ed's realm, the knowledge earned.
Of all leagues beyond just a game, building dreams and teams, you know the name. Professionals in practice, we raise the bar. From the field to the stars, we're going far. Player development, holistic insight, focus on the goal under stadium lights. Ownership and lockstep, forging the path, setting standards high as we run the lab. From there on the east, we rise and we soar. Every play, every move, we aim to score. From there on the east, we rise and we soar. Every play, every move, we aim to score. Season after season, grinding never stops. We keep it moving from the free kicks to the flops. On the pitch we unite, a family in the fight, playing with passion under the bright light. Dreams turn reality, high aspirations, building up the fire of entire generations.
Peace and blessings, everyone. It's me, it's the coach, Coach Ed, and I'm here today to talk about the big news, which was starting with the Knicks signing Jalen Brunson to an extension. Now, this just came about within the last 30 minutes, so just had a little format and change. Was going to talk a little bit about college football, the news that's going on there, near and dear to my heart. So definitely wanted to talk about that. But you know what? Going to go ahead and talk about what's going on with the Knicks and Knicks land and Jalen Brunson. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jalen Brunson just signed a contract extension with the Knicks. Now, it's going to be for 4 years, $156.5 million. Now, he could have waited to become a free agent next year and signed a 5-year, $261.1 million in 2025. But he decided to, in other words, he decided to help out the Knicks and sign the extension. Now, that's a differential, of about $113 million. I've seen some reports saying it's $150 million that he's given up, so it's still a significant amount of money that he's not securing right now. Now, there is some options available to him, being that this deal begins in 2025. And the argument is, or the statement is, that he's going to be giving up $37.1 million over the next 3 years. The fourth year, there's a player option. Now, he could recoup the $113 million on a 4-year, $323 million maximum extension in 2028, or a 5-year, $418 million deal in 2029. So, there is the option for him to recoup the money. But again, right now, he is going ahead and signed the deal right now to give the Knicks some flexibility. What's up, Raph, man? Thanks for being here, tapping in. I really appreciate you, man. El Capitan Rafael El Fucho, one of the great supporters, and I really appreciate you, bro. So thank you. But again, Brunson signing the extension does give the Knicks some flexibility right now, and it also helps out. It also provides him some security and the opportunity to recoup the money. Now there is the risk of injuries. Michael Kay was also just speaking about being that Dolan, could come in and decide to uh, fire Leon Rose and get rid of Tibbs, and things will look different at that point in time. So, but at the present moment, Woj has reported, that the deal is in the process. Now he has a breakdown. He says the extension in 2025, he's going to be making $34.9 million, 26, 27, 37.7, 28, 27, 28. He's going to be making 40.5. And then, of course, there's the player option. Now, if Brunson had waited to sign the current an extension or a new contract, I'm sorry, in 2025, he would have made 46.3 mil, 46.4 if you want to round up. In 25-26, in 26-27, it would have been 50.1. In 27-28, it would have been 53.8. In 28-29, 57.5, and in 29-30 would have been $61 million. So that's if he waited until next year to sign his contract. So and again, there's a cap savings right now, but based on the way he did it. In the cap savings is in 2025, the Knicks will be saving $11.45 million. In 26-27, 12.36. In 27-28, it'll be 13.28. So total savings of 37.1. So it does provide the Knicks some flexibility. It also gives them the opportunity to go out and bring in other players in the future. So, I mean, this to me, I get it. I understand, leaving, whatever, the money that's on the table, 113 million, less on the table. I get it. I understand. Most of us wouldn't have done that, and let's be honest, most of us wouldn't. So, but he did, and it solidifies him in terms of New York City lore. And as far as a Knick, I mean, he's saying he wants to be a Knick. Now, I understand about Dolan, and sometimes he can change his mind, but Dolan wants the championship. And if he sees this, he can say, this kid wants to win a championship with this organization. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that we try and keep this organization going. Now, again, the Knicks have to win. That's the bottom line. They have to win. But, you do have the pieces in place to be able to do that. And hopefully they'll be able to continue on. So I like it as a Knicks fan. I'm happy as a Knicks fan. So, and many, many, many Knicks fans are extremely happy. When I just, quickly went around, took a look and saw what tried to get the temperature of what people were feeling in reference to this. So, but you guys let me know what you think in the chat, man. How do you feel about this move in terms of Jalen Brunson, signing this extension, which kicks in next year? For the it doesn't kick in 24-25, it kicks in 25-26. So it's still some time away before it kicks in, but again, it's a good move for the Knicks. It secures them having a superstar player, because Brunson is a superstar player. Maybe he's not at the top of the superstar status, but he is a superstar. And, it opens up the door for other players to want to come here to play to play for the New York Knicks basketball organization. So, again, you guys talk to me. Let me know what you think. Also, make sure you guys hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed and hit the notifications so you know when I post new content. And everyone also always sharing all your social media platforms. I also want to thank today's sponsor, the League of All League Alliance. They're always supporting me in all my endeavors. So I really appreciate everything that they do to help me along the way. And I'm also in full support of everything that they do. But getting back to the subject matter, I mean, this definitely does provide them the opportunity to keep this team together as long as possible. Yes, other guys are going to come up in terms of contract opportunities. What's going to happen with Julius Randle? Are they going to extend him? Or does this open up the opportunity for them to make a trade? I mean, I've heard rumors of different trade options, and Julius Randle is in um, some storylines. It's something that I'm going to be keeping my eye on. But again, what are they doing? I mean, I've even heard stories that they're in love with Carl Anthony Towns. I mean, Leon Rose used to be his agent, so I mean, I do understand. And this is a way that they feel that they would be able to compete with Boston. Pretty much going in the same realm. So, but having this opportunity, having Jalen Rose do something like this, it also sends a strong message that this team, this organization, is ready for a championship run. You can no longer say, I mean, some people have, debated, are they ready? But this, in their mind, they are ready for a championship run. Yes, they're going to need some other pieces, but they're saying to everyone, especially signing this extension, Jalen Brunson is also saying he's ready for a championship run. He's going to need other players here. So, this opens up the opportunity for other players to come in to the realm and help this organization make a run for a championship. So, but again, it's really interesting. It's exciting as a Knicks fan. I definitely have to be honest. It really does excite me. With what they can do. So I wonder, where they're going to go or what they're going to do or who they're going to else are they going to bring in to help in terms of this organization and this team, for the long run. So, but again, signing Jalen Brunson to that contract really does help them in the long run, and I really, really think that Brunson has really thought this through. I mean, those who say that, he really didn't think this through. I mean, Woj has even said, he said, Brunson's study of championship organization and franchises, Patrick Mahomes with Kansas City Chiefs, Tom Brady with the New England Patriots, and Derek Jeter with the New York Yankees, gave him a blueprint for MVP level players who secured contracts to give their teams the best chances at sustainable title runs. So basically what that's saying is, number one, he sat down and he weighed all his options. He did his research and he saw the landscape. Maybe not in basketball. I understand. I've been trying to see who in basketball has done pretty much the same thing, and I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. I mean, earlier LeBron was willing to take a discount if they were going to get certain players into Lakerland, but I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. But again, it's not unprecedented in sports. It has been done. And if you're committed to winning the championship as a superstar, sometimes you say, that's what I want to do. That also will help solidify his legacy, not just here in the New York area, not for the Knicks, but also within the NBA, because he is setting a precedent. And if the Knicks go on to win a championship, other players are going to say, what do I want to do? Do I want to win a championship? Do I want to bet on myself and get my championship? Or do I want to go for the money? Because that's also what this says. Brunson is not just about the money. He's not. I mean, to leave $113 million on the table, or as some people said, it's $150 million. I don't know, but yes, it's over $100 million. But to leave that kind of money on the table, that says he wants to win a championship. And as I said in the beginning, I don't know many people that will leave that kind of money on the table. You would think about your family and securing them for the future. That's generational wealth. That most of us can never ever imagine seeing. So, and you also got to look at when he first came into the league. As a second round draft pick. Many people question. You know his ability, and then leaving Dallas and coming over to the Knicks and signing for 4 years and $104 million. Many thought the Knicks overspent. Initially he wanted a couple 50 something $million with Dallas. He would have signed with Dallas for that. And when the Knicks signed him for 104, yes, the argument was, oh, well, they overspent to get him. Well, number one, that contract has already shown that, you know what, it's a relatively cheap contract for what you got from Jalen Brunson. And now for him to do this, it's really setting himself up, in the long run. I mean, when you really think about it, again, it just really positions the Knicks very well. I forgot who it was who just also said that. It was one of the Knicks content creators. He also said, Brunson went to Leon Rose and said, look, if you get me Mikal Bridges, I'll sign the extension this year to give us the flexibility. So how true that is, I don't know. I'm just reiterating what, was said there. And it's a thought, I mean, there is that possibility, I mean, look, hey, Leon, if you can do that, we can definitely talk about, me signing the extension and giving this team a little bit more flexibility. And again, that gives this organization, when he moves into the extension phase, the window to, be able to spend a little bit more money. I mean, let's also not forget, there's that TV money that's going to kick in. So, I mean, many people are sitting here and, it's a risky move. Are they going to be able to fully spend that money? But don't forget, the NBA just signed, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, $76 billion on TV rights. So, I mean, they're going to be getting money to also incorporate into player salaries. So, in the long run, this contract will again become very affordable. And Jalen Brunson, I do believe he's going to do what he needs to do to make sure his body is in prime physical condition. He's still in his peak years. By the time that other contract kicks in, and then he moves on and he's able to sign that further extension, he's still going to be around 30 years old. So he's still going to be he's going to be in his prime. He's going to be in his peak area, and he's not going to be at the tail end of his career. So it affords the Knicks great opportunities going forward. So I think it's a very good contract for the Knicks to, yes, in a sense, take advantage of. If you want to say, yes, you want to take advantage of the situation, and that's what you're doing. And Jalen Brunson is also, betting on himself and helping, that thinking that, what, if we bring in other players, it's going to help me get my championship, and it's going to benefit me in the long run. And it'll also allow me to get the money that I would like to get in the long run. So again, like I said, I do like this contract. I like what it does for the Knicks. I am trying to research a little bit more information to really get a full, deeper breakdown on what type of money it opens up for the Knicks. But, in terms of the salary cap, where they are right now, in terms of the apron, especially going forward, I think it's a very good thing for them to have. And it opens up and it allows them to, hopefully get additional players, So what's up, G Nation? Thanks for tapping in, bro. I really appreciate you, Lou. Hope everything is well with you. So, guys, hit the subscription button, hit the like button, really appreciate that, Lou. So, but again, Knicks fans, I mean, again, talk to me. Let me know what you think about this, this extension for Brunson. I mean, did he lead? Do you feel that he left money on the table? or do you think it really positions the Knicks to really make a championship run going forward, and then his ability to recoup later, up to, and if I'm not mistaken, it was 400. What was it again? Tell you exactly. Um, yeah, and he can end up getting a 4-year, $323 million, or a 5-year, $418 million that'll go into 2029. So, do you feel that he left money on the table? Do you think that it's a smart move on his end? Who does it benefit the most? Does it benefit the Knicks more than Jalen Brunson? Does it benefit both? Does it benefit Jalen Brunson, especially if they sign a superstar, another top level player that can help them win a championship? So, but right now, I still think it really helps the Knicks. I really do. I can't lie about that part in the beginning. But if they're able to bring in other players that can help this team compete and win a championship, then it also will help Jalen Brunson too in the long run, because he gets his championship and he can still get money later on as long as he doesn't severely hurt himself. So, and I just want to say this too, okay, because I get the injury situation, but you know what? Even if he had that money or if he didn't, injuries are a part of sports. So you can't really base everything strictly off of injury, because if you do that, if you're too worried about injuries, then you shouldn't be playing the sport. First of all, that's just my opinion. And you're setting yourself up to really get hurt. As a coach, I don't coach players saying, "Oh, they're going to get hurt." Yeah, it happens. We happen. Yes, we do think about it from time to time, but we don't coach like that. And as players, you don't play thinking about, "Oh, I can get hurt." And this is a business decision that he made. So he's getting $156.5 million. Still nothing to sneeze at. It's a good salary. And like I said earlier, many of us, we're never going to see that kind of money. We're just not. There's no way in the world we're going to see that kind of money. So, so if he leaves 113, or if some people say $150 million, I get it. Yeah, most of us wouldn't, but if he believes in this organization, he believes in the New York Knicks. It's also saying he believes in his fan base. He believes in everything that we stand for. I mean, I remember when he was hurt after Game 7, and when he was leaving the arena, and he pulled over and got out and was shaking fans' hands after the game. He could have just drove past and went home. He didn't have to get out of his car, and nobody would have been upset. That's telling you that he believes in New York City. He believes in this organization. He believes in the fans here, and he wants to be here. It's also a matter of fact, you know what? Your wife has to sign off on that. And I think his wife is okay with that too. So, I would believe that, he's had these discussions with her, and, she looks at the full landscape, and she believes in her husband and what he can do for their family. So, and that's another factor. So, she's going to sign off on that. So I don't have a problem with it personally. Like I said, yeah, of course I wouldn't as a Knicks fan, because it opens up the opportunity, especially because they're, in terms of the apron and where they're hard capped at, in the future, it really opens up the doors for them. So, but I really like it again. I'm excited. I can't really wait to get into the regular season. So what's up, man? Cave, thanks for being here, man. Let me know. I'll send you the link whenever you're ready, man. So you can jump in. You can give me your thoughts on Brunson's extension too. So just let me know, and I'll shoot it to you. So, but again, it's exciting, man. And as a Knicks fan, you can't wait for the season to start, man. You really can't, man. And I get it. So, yeah, Nimar, let's go, Jalen Brunson. Thanks for stopping in, Nimar. I appreciate you, man. Hope all is well in school with you, brother, too. So, man, Cave, Lou. Okay, brother, I'll send it to you. Hold on a second. I'm about ready to get it, and I'll send it to you in your DM. So, just bear with me. But I really like the thought of what Brunson is doing and how he believes in this organization. All right, man, Cave, I just sent it to you. Check your Twitter DM. It's there for you. So, yeah, salute to G Nation, Nimar, man. But I like what it does. It can do for this organization too. It just really positions us well, man. I mean, uh, yes, we have to wait and see who's going to come in, you know, to the organization for the Knicks. But again, I mean, you know, when you sit down and you look at the extension, what he's going to be making, $34.9 million in 2025-26, 37.7 in 26-27, 40.5 in 27-28, and the player option for 43. But then he can, you know, and then in comparison, if he signed, waited until 2025 and then signed a free agent contract, it would have been 46.3 or 46.4. What's up, man cave? Thanks for being here, bro. I really appreciate you.
What's good?
Yeah. So, but again, it's 46.4 in 25-26, 50.1 in 26-27, 53.8 in 27-28, 57.5 in 28-29, and $61 million in 29-30. I mean, when you sit down and you think about that, yeah, it's saving the Knicks money, but you know, it really changes the dynamics. And then think about that. He would have got all that money, $269.1 million. But then again, when he has the opportunity after the first 3 years of the extension, he can sign a 4-year 323 or a 5-year 418. He's going to end up making more money. So, you know, but again, what's your thoughts on everything in terms of what Jalen Brunson has done, bro?
Man, like I said, that dude gave us a discount. He gave us flexibility. I was surprised. Like I said, I mean, you know what, though? I really wasn't too surprised because I heard that he was going to do that or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but to actually go through with it to help the Knicks because he understands, man. Like that pressure in New York is a lot of pressure. Like I said, he's more than handled it, but he knows he needs more help and he needs like the Knicks to build a better team around him. Like I said, they're getting the guys right now. So he understands it, you know what I'm saying? Because hey, he's trying to win that chip, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, that dude's about winning, man. He's about winning. He's a team player. He ain't about like me first, like let me get all the money and stuff like that. He knows what's going on. It's like, hey, he knows how tough it is to win in New York. He's trying to be that first person to bring that championship, the first one like in 50 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be, man. Man, I can't even sit there and think about that, man. The Knicks have a championship parade, man. I'm like, yo, that's gonna be crazy. It might be for like days.
Exactly. So, Nimar, just one thing. All right. Do we have enough money to get a big time player? I'm going to say this, man. Don't forget about the TV contract that they signed. That's going to change some of how teams run their business. You don't know what the salary cap. What's up, Blaze, man? Thanks for tapping in, man. I really appreciate you for tapping in. My brother on the Pick and Roll podcast. So definitely a good dude. Definitely knows his basketball. So, but Nimar, I mean, in terms of the money, now if you're talking about today, okay, no, you know, not at the present moment. There's some things they have to do, but again, you know, this is going into 2025-26. So that's when the contract goes into effect. So, you know, no matter what, it doesn't change anything for this year. So it opens up the door. And again, I've heard rumors about trades and, you know, entertaining for Karl Anthony Towns and this player and that player. You know, it's still, they can still do certain things and make certain adjustments in terms of what they need to do to open up money. So there are ways that they can get the money. They really can. Yes, they are hard cap, but again, you know, if they make the trade, and really what the hard cap does is, you know, basically they can't take money over. You know, it pretty much is you either have to take the same amount of money for the most part, and that's what teams usually do. Maybe you can get a player who's making less than what you're sending out, then that helps. But, you know, in the long run, you know, they'll figure it out. We said the same thing in terms of Mikal Bridges. You know, look, you know, that right now, you know, they're taking back more money, so they had to do certain things. And what did they do? they ended up sending out Shake Milton and another player, that we were just like, okay, and
Thanks, Shake Milton, for helping us out greatly.
exactly. So, and don't forget, there's one other thing don't forget. We may not want to hear it, but you can use Precious Achua too. So you can sign him, you have his bird rights, and you can, use him in a sign and trade also, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to look at everything that they can do depending on the situation, what's going on, and, if they want Karl Anthony Towns, does that mean they're going to give up Julius? Is Mitchell included? Is it a third team included in there? What do you do? So do I think, do they have the money? Yes, they're hard cap, but there's ways that you can finagle, certain trades. And that's in every sport, even in the NFL, they do the same thing, bro. It's all about the bookkeeping.
Yeah, and also one thing too, compared to other teams, the Knicks are the only team that a lot of the players are taking discounts.
Mhm.
The only player who signed a max is OG. The rest of everybody else has been taking like discounts. So the Knicks are great. They're great going forward. I mean, we're getting a lot of value, what I'm saying, like, getting discounts from these guys. So we're gonna be around for a while, man. We're gonna be around for a while if all the guys are on the same page and everybody is all about, getting this thing done and putting the best team forward. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even worried about it, man. We gonna have the money, man.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm comfortable with what they've been doing. So and Leon Rose has proven, he and his staff, his management staff, have shown that they're smart. They know how to run this business and play the game very well. They're not like other quote unquote former agents who had difficult times. They do what they need to do for this organization, and they're patient. They don't run out right away and just jump at the first pretty girl, let's just say. They wait and say, what, let me find the right pretty girl for me, not just the first one that comes along and hamstrings their organization. So I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, it's like, yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah. So but yeah, I'm sitting here and I keep looking at this article by Woj, and look at the numbers, the money that they're saving, just over the first 3 years, and then and then you look at what Brunson can make later, and that doesn't include the possibility of the salary cap increasing. So think about that. Salary cap, it will increase. They just signed that. What, 76 billion? Is it $76 billion? I believe it is.
Kicks in next year.
Yeah. So I mean, think about that, and that's going to be split, with the league and then all 30 teams. So and that basically is going to say salary cap is going to increase. Because the player union is not going to say, "Oh, owners, you take that full $76 million." No, they're going to want their cut. And they're going to get a percentage of that. So, the league will get their percentage, of course, for, running the league itself. But, when you sit down and you think about it, a lot of that money is going to go to players,
And you look at it like the contract that Jalen Brunson signed. Look at that. I mean, these rookies getting these max extension, they making more money than Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
They're making $40-50 million or something like that. It's like, man, it's like they taking the max. They ain't taking no pay cuts. They taking the max.
No, and you know what? I can understand rookies, if they're in that position, they don't have that kind of money, So, you come in,
I'm talking about that the team and NBA. I mean, just like giving these guys, like I said, like these guys are not even proving yet, man. I could see if these guys was like how Carmelo and LeBron was when they first came and they brought the franchise from out of the grave and took them to the playoffs like consistently. I could see that, you know what I'm saying? But these guys, they're not even nowhere near sniffing the playoffs, and they paying these guys like they've already done something.
Yeah, you're right, bro. I mean, the money and that, but you know what? That goes to the league is flush with money, and that's why it's I don't feel bad. If you want to say some, and I don't even feel bad for the TV companies. I'm sorry. You're getting a good product in the long run. So as a young player coming in, all you can say is you can look at that. Yeah, Jalen Brunson didn't take a lot of money, but in the same token, you know what? It shows you, you know, if you want to try and win a championship, you know, yeah, get your money first. Don't get me wrong. Get your money. If you can sign that, you know, that rookie extension and get that money, fine. You know, by the time you hit 27, 28 years old, you know, if you're in a position to go and win a championship, go. And that's what Jalen Brunson is. That's what this organization is telling this fan base. We are in a win mode right now. We are trying to win a championship. And as a Knicks fan, that's all I want to hear. I want your actions to say we believe we're in a championship. This is a championship window for us, and we're going to go for it. So, and look, Boston also just showed you, you know, what you can do, you know, to win a championship. You know, if you're playing 5 out, you know, that's why it's like, you know, you understand, you know, in terms of Mitchell Robinson, because Mitchell doesn't give you that spread the floor type of situation. We need a center because we lost Hartenstein, wondering enough flexibility to get a cheap center. Well, I mean, first and foremost, Nimar, we do have a center. Like, I'm sorry. We have to stop discrediting Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, he got hurt. That's the only reason why Hartenstein played the way he did. Let's be real. If Mitchell Robinson didn't hurt, then Hartenstein doesn't get that. And guess what? He's probably going to sign a cheap deal to come back to the Knicks. No one in the league is going to give him that kind of money. And then we would be comfortable and we would be happy for the most part because we would have a backup center. We have Mitchell. It's just that he doesn't shoot threes and his offensive game is very, very limited. But what he doesn't give you on the offensive game, he gives you more than enough on the defensive end of the game. So, and what I'm saying in terms of Boston just showed you, you know, spreading the floor, having a stretch 5 who can now shoot from the outside. That's why I was talking about Karl Anthony Towns. You know, it's just, I know that they're enamored with him, or I've heard the rumors that they're enamored with him. I get it. Do I think they're going to get a backup center? Yes. I've heard so many different stories about, you know, they'll make a trade for Karl Anthony Towns and this backup center and that backup center. Okay. Well, right now, Rose has shown me that, you know what, he's going to do what he needs to do to make it to benefit this team and get the players that are going to help this organization. So, you know, Nimmer, I get you. Don't think that we don't have a center. Do we need a backup center? Okay, I get you. You know, right now, are we comfortable with Jericho Sims? We don't know. I mean, I saw the little workout video of him, but you know what? Until you do it in the game, you know, I mean, right now, you know, yeah, I think we need a backup center, but who knows?
Yeah, I think that's probably what he was meaning, like a backup center or something like that. But me personally, all the Boston out and 5 out, I don't care about that. Like I said, I think we should play our style and go from there. Because like I said, they want to play 5 out. We could just play our style and just pound them in the post. You know, offensive rebounding and putbacks and stuff. So I don't even care about that because really, the 5 that whoever the 5 is, like if it's KP, you could just send a guard out there because he only going to do is take jump shots. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to really move your big man out there too much, you know what I'm saying, away from the basket. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Knicks are versatile in that sense because OG could slip back, you know what I'm saying? Then you got McCall now and stuff like that. It's all interchangeable and stuff like that. So I'm not even really too worried about that.
The only thing that would give me pause with that is, you know what? Yeah, if you switch a guard onto KP, then that means Mitchell, in a sense, has to guard one of their guards. I mean, is he going to go up on Holiday? Is he guarding White? You know, is he guarding? He has length. You know, Can he recover and, you know, still protect the rim? Yes, I think so. But, you know, on occasion, you know, let's not forget he can also foul. So, and teams will attack him in that way. So it's a catch-22.
It's a catch-22. But Mitchell, he's also the best defensive center out on the perimeter too on 3-point shots. He blocked a lot of 3-point shots. So that's what I'm saying. I don't even worry too much about that. Now they get around him and get to the basket and come, that way. But if they don't have guys out there shooting a jump shot, he get out there, man. He can alter the shot. He can, you know what I'm saying? So I really don't care. But you know what I'm saying? As far as I just want to see it, you know, on the court first. They go ahead and try to be like, you know, get Karl Anthony Towns. Let's go out there, run it back this year, see how it goes in the playoff. And if you think this is like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But hey, let's see what happens, man. Because hey, just like they got their style, they got to play against our style too. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
let's run it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's see what they could do with it. Only thing we just need is health. That's all we need is health. That's our
Mhm.
problem is health. You know what I'm saying? Because if we get in there healthy, man, I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
I agree with you. Health is the biggest thing. And like I said, I've always said, let's run it back. I wanted Hartenstein back to run it back. But hey, I get it. I get the business side of it. You move on. You roll with what you got. Yeah. Do I want another big guy on the second unit? Whether it's Precious Secure or you make a trade for someone, okay, that's fine. And I'm with you in terms of what we have in terms of starting five. Mitchell is probably the best offensive rebounder in the league. So if you're switching off, then that means you're putting a small body on him so he can end up getting the rebounds and either just take it right back up and slam it on them or kick it out to somebody out there in the wing who's probably going to be in a mismatch situation. So I'm with you in that regard. So, we just got to stay, like you said, we just got to stay healthy. That's the biggest thing. Just stay healthy.
And if you look at it, I mean, let's say they got KP, Al Horford being on the bench, but KP, Brunson, Brown and Tatum. Come on, man. We got Mitchell, Randall, and OG. We bigger than them guys right there, especially on the interior. Because like I said, he's tall, but he plays like he's 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't count him in there. So I mean, you got Randall and OG in there, man. Come on, man. That's more physicality, and like I said, we got those guys, man.
Great point. I mean, because right now, who of that group is going to be able to hold Julius Randle in the low post? It ain't going to be Tatum, and it's not going to be Brown. Brown, I would say I could trust Brown a little bit more because I think he's stronger than Tatum. Tatum may be taller, but Julius can turn, shoot up over them, take it down into the lane. What's up, Leaf, man? What's going on, bro? I mean, what are you shaking your head about, man? What about Brunson taking a deal? I mean, what? What's your thought? So,
he's a team player. Because Brunson's a team player. He understands the assignment. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Guys going to take a discount to play for New York. Hey, he won in New York. Now he got New York, man. He's trying to put New York on his back. You know what I'm saying? Unless some of them other suckers that coward and didn't want to come. You know what I'm saying? That dude Brunson ain't backing down from nothing. He's here for the long haul.
He's saying, I suppose so. So look, I get those who question, leaving $113 million on the table. I get it. As Knicks fans, we're going to love it. Yes, let's be real. 9 out of 10, most of us, if you tell us, leave $113 million on the table, we're probably going to be like, nah, bro, I'm taking the money. I'm going to do what I got to do in the next contract. But like I said before, when you sit down and you look at it, say what you want, he could still recoup it later. I mean, there's nothing to say. Like, I keep hearing about injuries. Well, he could get injured this year and he wouldn't be able to sign that extension. I mean, that free agent contract next year for, what was it, 200 and what was it originally? It was
270, I think 270 or something like that. It was like,
no, wait a minute.
No, it was like 269 or something.
269, yeah, 269.1, 270, 269.1. But now, if he gets hurt next year, he might not be able to get that offer on the table. So, I get it. So the first thing first is, once he went on Friday, I think this coming Friday next week, I think he can sign it, and then that's his money. No matter what, he can get hurt next year, he's still getting that money. Whereas opposed to if he played this past year and then, he didn't have the contract, you want to talk about injuries? That's yeah, Leaf, I understand. But okay, here's the thing, Leaf. You're talking about $113 million, okay? Here's the thing about this whole contract. He gets to recoup that $113 million because then after year 3 of that extension, he can sign a 4-year, $323 million max extension or a 5-year, $418 million extension that goes into 29. So I get what you're saying in terms of this, and we're sitting here, we're looking at it from our perspective. Once you get to that point, bro, I mean, you're getting $156 million. You know, I mean, yeah, we could say that's a lot of money to leave on the table, and it is. It really is. But he's betting on himself, number one. He's betting on this organization, number two. And in the end, if everything goes well, he can come out with 320 and an additional 323 or 400 and what did I say? 412,
Yeah,
413,
418.
for 18. So in addition to 156. So yeah, you're leaving 113, but now you're saying that you're going to get you're trying to say I possibly can get 100 and another 313 or 418. I'm bro. That's I think sometimes I'm probably just like, hey, I'm betting on myself too. I'm betting on myself too. You know, so you know, and I said it before too. You know, don't forget this TV money is not kicked in either. There's going to be things that are going to happen, and maybe the structures of these contracts and the opportunity to even get more money will be put on the table once that TV money kicks into play. Because it hasn't even kicked in as yet. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Also, don't forget too, man, endorsement deals. He's gonna get some endorsement deals
Yes.
to make up for some. I'm not saying I'm gonna be 113, but he gonna get an endorsement deal. I mean, after seeing this, man, you're gonna have more people coming at you, man, with endorsement deals and stuff like that, especially playing for the Knicks and being in New York. Come on, man.
Mhm.
So, you know, he'll get some of that money, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he gonna get 113,
And,
but
here's one thing too, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And Shaq said it the best too. When you get to that level, you learn certain ways that you can end up writing off, that you're not ended up paying or losing that money. I mean, and he said it. Shaq said it. He said reading, what was it, making money for dummies or something to that in reference to making that money. Believing that organization was all right, no problem. Yeah, you're right, Leaf. You know, I get it. You know, we're the Tangerines, and
listen, I'm not even listening to Leaf because, like I
Yeah.
said, you know what, he already know what it is, man. He's a fan from afar. You know what I'm saying? He said all this mess, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff. But you know what a real team of New York is? It's right here in the Garden. That other team over there in Brooklyn, like I told you before, and I'll tell all your fan base, they are an expansion team. They're gonna get relocated. When NBA expand, they're gonna relocate that team. That's the reason why they moved from New Jersey. They wasn't getting the fan base. They moved to Brooklyn. They still ain't getting the fan base. They're gonna be relocated, bro. At some point, they're gonna be relocated. So like I said, just enjoy them from right now. You know what I'm saying? But they'll get relocated, bro.
Look, I get it. You know, like Leaf said, you know, believing in the Knicks. Well, you know what? You know, let's be real. Then you can say that for both organizations. As you, as a Nets fan, you're believing in the Nets fan. You're getting let down left and right, man. You had Kevin Durant, and you thought you were reaching for the stars, and look what happened with Kyrie and what you call it. Yes, it's true, Leaf. Please stop it, man. Stop it, bro. Because
Yeah.
I've been probably following the Nets longer than you've been alive, bro. I'm telling you, I've been following the Nets longer than you've been alive. I know Nets fans who have been following the team since the merger, and they have said the same thing. They always seem to get let down by the Nets. First leaving Long Island to go to New Jersey, whatever happened, whatever you want to say, you know, but no matter what, and then eventually leaving New Jersey and moving to Brooklyn. You know, I mean, I said it before, you know, they shouldn't have been in the Meadowlands. They should have built an arena downtown Newark, but they didn't want to do that initially. The only reason why they played there is because the Devils built the arena there, and they were starting to sell out there. It was easy access. People were able to get there, but no, they didn't do that. Don't go there with me with the Nets, man. You want to say that believing in the Knicks is a mistake? Then I'll make the same argument as far as the Nets, bro.
Coach,
You know, I'm always respectful of the Nets, man, and I get it. I get where you come from. You know, you have a high level of disdain for the Knicks. I get it.
well, first of all, I'm not even listen. If you don't know about Darwin Cook, Otis Birdsong,
Mhm.
and all them guys, Calvin Ramsey, don't talk to me about the new age Nets and stuff like that because that's old school right there. I used to like them when they had them guys. I was a Knicks fan, but That's when I had more respect for the Nets back then, when they had Buck Williams, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, Darwin Cook, Michael Koren, you know what I'm saying, Mike Jaminski, you know what I'm saying, Otis
G-Man,
Bergeron, and
yep.
all that stuff, man. I'm like, yo, I mean, them boys is cooking. I mean, they used to give the Knicks problems like that. That's when it was real. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This other superficial thing and all this stuff is like, yo, you got these superstars come over to the Nets and they flame out. I mean, and listen, superstars came to the Nets. They ain't come to the Knicks, but guess what? What's the result? It's the same result. It ain't no chance.
Yeah.
I can see if guys come to the Knicks. They ain't coming to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Knicks been wanting players. They haven't gotten the players, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we'll take our lumps and stuff like that. But yeah, you know what? The sun
Right
is shining
now.
down on us, bro. And guess what? And I'm loving it, bro. And it's gonna be
Exactly.
even better. You know what I'm saying? So yo, you know what I'm saying? The Nets fans, you know what I'm saying? All 15 of y'all fan base, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can go and have your little you know, whatever party you want to call
Look,
it. And stuff like
I'm
that.
gonna
Like,
say I've been quiet about it for the longest while. There's only certain Nets fans that I've known who've been genuine, like NYG. I know,
yeah,
he said it. He's been true. God rest his soul, Jeffy T. Jeff was a true Nets fan,
hmm
and my man, who I call my uncle, my first wife's her uncle. He's been a Nets fan since the '70s, man, and we talked all the time. So
well,
you
wait a
know.
minute. First thing I want to know is like these guys who like the Nets now. Do you like them because they moved to Brooklyn?
That's where I was getting at.
The only reason, because if that's the
That's
only reason, that's fake as hell, bro. Just Brooklyn, just because they moved to Brooklyn. I
that's
mean,
where I
you
was
can't
going.
like a team from the jump, bro. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
where I was going, man. Cave. There's a facet that has said that they only like the Nets because they're in Brooklyn now and they represent Brooklyn.
So if
Okay.
they leave, then what? If they leave, then what?
And that's the thing. So when they leave, what's going to happen? Are you then going to become Knicks fans, or are you going to stay Nets fans? Let's say they move to Kansas City. Will you be Nets fans then? So I get it. I understand. The belief goes both in both organizations. There has been major disappointments on both organizations, and you have to be fair in terms of both. You've chased the championship. I will say this: the Knicks never got swept in the championship NBA Finals.
And I will say this:
Ah,
as bad as the Knicks have been for years and decades, they still sell out the Garden. Knicks fans are still there, bro. They still there through all the bad times, and we ain't no fair weather fan, man. We represent our team through all that stuff, bro. We always gonna be Knicks fans through and
but
through, bro. I don't care what happens. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm a Giants fan, I'm gonna be through and through. That's how I am, bro.
yeah, you know what? Let's get away from talking
I
about the
know.
Nets.
Yeah,
Leaf. If that was your objective, you succeeded, brother. I'll give it to you. Good job.
we laugh
Look,
right now.
right now, the Knicks are happy because you know what? We definitely did got a discount, if you want to say that. And as Michael K was harping on, he's concerned, because he feels that Brunson is getting taken advantage of, not
What?
maliciously. I understand what he's saying, why he's saying that, because Brunson didn't sign the full extension and there's the possibility of injuries or whatever. But, like many of the fans were saying, look, Brunson wants to be here. He believes in this organization, and he believes that what he's doing is helping this organization. And, Michael K is saying, well, I haven't seen, anybody take a discount like that. And I read it before. I said it, and Woj said it. He talked about Patrick Mahomes when he did it, when Tom Brady did it. He even talked about Derek Jeter when he did it. These guys have done it, taking a discount to open up money so that the team will be able to sign players. And, now if you want to say it's unprecedented in the NBA, okay, I don't know anyone in the NBA who's done that. So, somebody would have to show me, because I'm not familiar with their contracts.
The last one's like Tim Duncan, those type of guys, you know what I'm saying, like that.
So Duncan has taken a discount. Okay, so then it's not unprecedented.
I mean, I'm just saying the past, but it's been rare though. It's been rare. He's been like one of the rare ones.
But still, when you say it's unprecedented, that means it's never done. So what I'm saying is it has been done in the NBA, and it has been done in all sports. So, it's just not a normal thing. That I agree with. But when a player does that, I don't want to look at a player like, oh, he's crazy for doing that. First of all, he's walking away with $156.5 million. I'm gonna tell you right now, you lay that in front of me, I ain't gonna be worrying about $113 million. You know what I could do with that kind of money? And to say, oh well, in this economy, well, you give me that kind of money, there's things that you can do business wise to recoup whatever you lose in taxes and so on and so forth, for argument's sake. But if you're smart enough, there's things that you can do to write off. And Shaq even said, he said there's one thing that he did. He put his parents on payroll. He put them on payroll, so now he's writing off their salary. So and then he's not paying taxes. Little things like that we as people don't really realize. We just look at, well, you know what, you left that kind of money in this state and this economy. Well, wait a minute, what do we complain about the rich do? They get so many tax breaks and tax write-offs. Well, guess what, he's super rich, so he's in that position to be able to do it. So guess what, you know what? You can find ways to come about it. And I'm telling you, from watching my mother work at a Fortune 500 company in accounting, she used to tell me all the time, everything is just about, how do you write things and where do you put it in certain dots, and, where do you put certain things in this columns. And, I mean, I can go into, fixed rates versus your variable rates. And, it's, I don't want to go into that because I don't want to bore people. So
what I was gonna say, the thing with Brunson is like, he's taking a discount. The thing I don't like some people do is like, let's say like he's taking this discount, then his next contract he signs the 4-year 323, and then he gets hurt and he's not really, and people are like, he's a bust, he's a bum, he shouldn't got. It's like, yo, it's already, because he's already done, you know what I'm saying? He earned the contract, and that's what people understand. When a player gets paid, it's because he's earned it, he's done something, and he's already done it. But a lot of people go by what he's actually making now, you know what I'm saying, like what he signed the contract. But I was like, what about all the other times in the past when he was taking them to the playoffs, he was doing this, you know what I'm saying? Now that he's hurt, he's not really producers. Like, man, this dude's a bum. Is like, that's the worst contract, and they should never give him that. It's like, bro, you can't. Let me tell you something. Teams are not giving away contracts to a player if he hasn't done nothing in the past for them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they don't seem to understand. They just think like when the player gets a contract, it's like, oh, whoa, it's like, yo, he's already done something. He's accomplished something. You know what I'm saying? But people don't see that. So going forward, I just hope that the next contract is, let's say, even if he's done so much, man, Brunson, within the short time he's been here, man, it's like, yo, he got so much praise and all that stuff. It's like, bro, that dude earned his contract right now. I mean, he did not work this contract, the current contract he on at $25 million, whatever year he's getting it. I mean, that contract should have been torn out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So, think about it. Think about when he first came here and everyone said the Knicks overpaid for him. And then you see what he's giving you on the court, and now it's like, oh, that's a bargain contract. Well, hello. Yes, he's going to continue to give us a bargain rate based on his performance, and that's the expectation now. We're expecting him to take his game up to another level. But when he does that, guess what's going to happen? When the new contracts are able to kick in, he's going to make even more money. He really is. And like you said, the endorsement deals are going to come flooding in. And see, the thing about it is people like him. He's not a problem character. He's a great representative of whatever company, organization he's with. So, and fans will follow him. People across the league really love Jalen Brunson. It's not like they are saying, oh, he's a bum, or he's this, or, he beats his wife and, he's doing drugs or anything like. No, he's a good dude. He's him and his group. All right. You want to kill the Nova Knicks. Okay. But they have fun. They have fun. That's the whole thing. How many times, kids who grew up on the block with their boys and they continue to grow up throughout life or whatever, and, they're still together, into their, late 20s, into their 30s, and they're still having fun. That's what these dudes are doing. And it's like, you know what? That's what you would want friends to be, first and foremost, to have a good time. You sit and you watch their laughter. Is just, I can feel it. They're cracking. I have friends that'll crack on. We crack on each other. We call each other name, whatever, because we can do that. But guess what? That's because you're brothers. And guess what? You know what? Brunson wants to be here. His brothers are here. It's going to help chemistry. It's going to help this team in the long run. I love it. I'm thankful for him. It's been a long time for Knicks Nation. I mean.
And I mean, I said too when he first came. I mean, I was one of the ones like when he first came, I was like, man, I think the Knicks gave him too much money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because he was a backup on Dallas. He wasn't a starter.
Mhm.
I wanted DeJounte Murray because, you know, Murray was already a starter. He was this for the Spurs. I was like, I'd rather have Murray, you know what I'm saying, than Brunson. You know, and that's what happened, you know what I'm saying, during the free agency and stuff. And they end up getting, you know, he's end up signing. And I was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's like, yo, it's like 25, 20 something. I was like, yeah, that was a lot because, like I said, he wasn't making that much in Dallas. And then he was like coming off the bench and stuff. So I was like, man, we overpaying this guy. We paying this guy. I was like, yo, but then, hey, he showed up and showed out, man. I'm like, yo, he's earned everything. I mean, he more than, you know, my expectation, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, he changed the Knicks trajectory, you know what I'm saying? Because when he first signed, people didn't think too much of it too much, you know what I'm saying? But then when he started playing, and I'm like, yo, this dude's a dog. This was during the season. This was before the playoffs. Like, the dog. This dude's a dog. It's like, yo, and then the playoff game. And, I mean, he already did it in the playoffs before too with Dallas. So let me go back and say that he did do that in the playoff. He showed that in the playoffs. So, but I mean, to do it in New York on the center stage, I'm like, let me see if this guy could do it. And like, hey, man, he did so much. Like, I mean, he exceeded more than what Julius did for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody likes Julius. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Brunson has like taken this team and this town on top of his head, man. Is like, yo, man, he ain't showing no signs of that pressure getting to him, man. It's like, yo, he's loving it. He's embellishing it. It's like, hey, that's what a true free agent do for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like not the hoopla and stuff like that. It's like he's getting the results, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we ran into some health issues, but like I said, healthy next year, I'm looking for a great season, man. I'm not even worried about it. All I want is just health. That's all I want is health. That's all I care about.
Exactly. That's all we are all looking for. So, you know, but I'm with you, you know, in reference to that. So, you know, again, I'm thankful for what he did. And, you know, it's brought a certain level of energy into this organization now, and you know the expectation is going to continue to rise. But guess what? That's what Jalen Brunson continues to show you, and it was like that in high school for him. Excuse me. It was like that in college for him. It's like that in the pros. You just said it. Look what he did in Dallas initially when he stepped up in the playoffs when Luka was out. He carried that team. And then he came here, and look what he's done for this organization. He has proven how much of a winner he is. So, you know, so
only going to get better, bro. It's only going to get better. I can't wait.
Yeah. So, yeah, usually just do this on Fridays for about an hour. You know, I know NYG is going to be kicking on the blacktop soon. He hasn't put anything up, so but. He usually does late anyway, so
yeah, we'll be there though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So we'll be there. You know, you guys can also tune in for Unpopular Opinion Sports. He's going to be kicking up his Blacktop series. You know, we'll be probably talking more about that, debating with all those Nets fans over there too. So, Leaf, I know you'll be over there. So, you know. But Leaf, you also, I'll be checking out later on if you're going to be covering the W tonight, Seattle and Minnesota. So, you know, if you are, hopefully I can jump in with you, you know, because I'm looking forward to that game. But you know, I appreciate Man Cave for being here. You know, I got to cut. I'm going to get ready to cut this because I got a couple of things I got to take care of before NYG steps on. So, but again, Leaf, I love you, brother. You know, always nothing but love and respect for you, and I appreciate you. Nimar, thanks for being here. Blaze, of course, you, Raph, G Nation, you guys are phenomenal for being here, tapping in. You know, again, check out Unpopular Opinion Sports for the Blacktop podcast. It usually kicks off around 7:30, so we'll be in there. And, you know, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back on for another Reading Attack Live on Monday, 7 o'clock. Go a little bit longer. Definitely talking a little bit more. We'll probably be covering a little bit more because there's more context about this. There's also the G League. I know the Knicks G League team is going to be out. So, you know, I'll be covering a lot more. I didn't get to talk about college sports, so you know, maybe I'll give a little talk about that too on Monday. So, but with that being said, I appreciate everyone. I love you guys for all your support and belief in me. and thank you. So, and to my sponsor, the League of All Leagues, a thank you. So I'm going to hit you with that before I get my outro is. And as I always say in sports, make sure you turn it on and turn it up. Peace.
Peace.
It's the League of All Leagues, beyond just a game. Building dreams and teams, you know the name. Professionals in practice, we raise the bar. From the field to the stars, we're going far. Player development, holistic insight. Focused on the goal under stadium lights. Ownership and lockstep, forging the path. Setting standards high as we run the lab. From there on the east, we rise and we soar. Every play, every move, we aim to score. From there on the east, we rise and we soar. Every play, every move, we aim to score. Season after season, grinding never stops. We keep it moving from the free kicks to the slops. On the pitch we unite, a family in the fight. Playing with passion under the bright light. Dreams turn reality. High aspirations, building up the fire of entire generations.
Yo, it's Coach Ed. Got the insights, no boats. From the rookies in the youth leagues to the seasoned pros. Ladies ballin', fellas fighting all around the globe. Breaking it down dynamic. You know, tune in, listen up. Don't wanna miss the flow. It's Coach Ed's Read and Attack, the sports show. From the courts to the field, he's got the stats. Dropping knowledge is where the real fans at. So stand up, get ready for the play. Wave your arms in the air, let's hear you say. Coach Ed, our mentor on the mic. Breaking down the game, every highlight. Analyzing plays, court the turf's delight. Youth leagues, college dreams, pro spotlight. Tackling the blacks, defense or attack. He's got the vision, shows you where it's at. We grab the scoop, no stone left unturned. In Coach Ed's realm, the knowledge earned.